Hello students, today we are going to see the 12th chapter of our class 6 science textbook, that is electricity and current. This will be the first part of our chapter, and in this chapter we are going to discuss about electricity, some uses of electricity, electric bulb and electric cell. So let's start today's video. First of all, what do you understand by electricity? Electricity, we hear about this word every day, but what does it mean actually? The meaning of electricity is presence and flow of electric charge, or you can say electric current. So whenever something have electric charge in it, or electricity runs through the wires up to our bulb or fan or various electrical appliances, we call it electricity when electric current is running or flowing in it. Electricity is one of the most important or significant inventions for us, as this electricity helps us in various, or we can say almost in every field of our world. Now, what are some of the uses of electricity? There are various uses of electricity, like all the electrical appliances, as you see, kitchen appliances like mixer, grinder, then inductions, all these run by the electricity. Then our appliances like mobile phones, then chargeable torch or flashlights that need to be charged by the electricity are some of the uses of it. Then television, refrigerator, AC, all these requires electricity to run. So electricity has vast uses. Our houses during the night, how do we light up the bulbs and all? That is also by the help of this electricity. So electricity is very significant and important in our life, especially nowadays, and without electricity we cannot imagine our world. All the work will come to a halt if we don't have this electricity, isn't it? Now let's discuss about the next topic, that is electric cell. What is electric cell? An electric cell produces electricity from the chemicals stored inside it. That means an electrical cell or electric cell is a small object, you can say, and it contains chemicals inside it through which electricity is produced. The most simple thing or simple example of electric cells you can see are the small cells which we put in our remote controls. In the wristwatch also we have small tiny electric cells. Then in our clocks, alarm clock especially, all these radios, they have or they run with the help of this electric cell. Electric cells are also known as dry cells. Why? Because it doesn't contain any liquid chemicals. There is no liquid chemical present in these electric cells. That is why they are also known as dry cells. So what is electric cell? Electric cell is an object that produces electricity from the chemicals stored inside it, and it doesn't have any liquid chemicals in it. Now, an electric cell produces about 1.5 volt of current or electricity. This is the range for the electric cell. But what about some of the appliances which needs more power to run? Then what we do, we align or we keep more than one cells in a series so that more power can be generated or produced to run that appliance. For example, in our remote controls we need most of the time in general we need 2 electric cells. In our radio also we need more than one. So in that case we will put more than one electric cell in a series. So if we are using only one is called as electric cell. But if we are using more than one like this, putting more than one, like in the case of flashlights, then all these two or more than two electric cells together are known as battery. Okay, so most of the time we use the term battery, which is actually incorrect. Single unit is known as electric cell, and if we are putting more than one, two or three or so on, if we are putting together and using it, then it is termed as battery. So what is battery? Battery is a combination of more than one electric cell. Now this is a simple diagram of an electric cell. Here, if you will take any electric cell, you will find that one end of the electric cell has a small metallic cap-like structure, a small bump or protruding area. That one is known as metal cap. And at the other end, at the bottom, you will see a metallic disc-like structure, so it is known as metal disc. This is a simple diagram of an electric cell, and it contains a metal cap and a metal disc. Now for electricity to run, we need two different poles or terminals. Okay, one should be positive and one should be negative. Then only our electricity will run. If both the ends will be positive or both the ends will be negative, electricity will not be able to flow in it. The top part or the metal cap, that side is our positive side, or we can say positive terminal. Okay, the metal side is our positive terminal. Whereas the bottom, where metal disc is there, that part is negative terminal. So in a cell, we have two terminals, positive terminal and a negative terminal. Positive terminal is towards the metal cap and negative terminal is towards the metal disc. You understand? Now, in relation to that, we are going to see the next topic, that is torch bulb. This is a simple schematic diagram of a torch bulb. First, you see, if this is one cell, the electrical diagram or circuit diagram, the circuit diagram for an electric cell is like this. One longer line and one smaller line. This is the circuit diagram of one electric cell, where this longer one is the positive side and this shorter one is the negative side. Positive and negative, both terminals of a battery, can be shown in this way in our circuit diagram. If we put more than one electric cell, then how we will show it? Let's say if we are putting, this is the metal cap and disc, then towards the disc, as I told you before, both negative or both positive cell will not lead to flow of charge. We need opposite sides, one positive and one negative. So if this is positive and this is negative, the next cell we are putting towards negative, it should have the positive one and negative. So positive, negative. Like this, it should be kept in a series. So if we are putting it in a circuit diagram, or we are writing it in a circuit diagram, we will write it in this way. Positive, negative. This is one electric cell. Next electric cell, after negative, we will again put positive. That means longer line. Then negative. So this side is positive side and this side is negative side. So if you want to put three cells, you will draw three. This is one, this is two. You can add one more. But always remember, nearby the positive, negative will come. Negative, positive, like that in a series it will go. Okay, then it will give you two electric cell or If it is 2 or more than 1, we can call it as battery. Next is torch bulb. In a torch bulb, again we should have 2 terminals, okay? So if you will clearly observe a torch bulb, you will see that in one of the side there is a bulb and at the bottom also there is a bulb. These two are actually the terminals of this electric bulb. Electric bulb have a glass shell, we can say, or a glass cover. This is a glass cover, and at the bottom it has a metallic or metal cover. This glass cover contains this part, okay, the main part of the bulb which glows and gives us the light. Here, if you will try to observe, you will see 2 wires coming out of it, and one of the wire will go to the terminal at the side and another one will go to the terminal at the bottom. One will go to the side, this is one terminal, and another one will be connected through this wire at the bottom. This is the second terminal. So this electric bulb also has, this torch bulb also has 2 terminals, one at the side and one at the bottom. Now if you will observe it, you will see that inside the glass cover, at the middle of this part, there is a thin filament, okay, thin wire which is coiled like this. And not only in this, in the incandescent bulb that we use nowadays, it is not used mostly, but you can find it in the shops. There you will see in between it has a coiled wire. That coiled wire in a bulb is known as filament, and this is made up of tungsten metal. Tungsten is a metal and its chemical formula we write as W, capital W, and this tungsten is highly durable. That means it can last for very long time, and it is very strong and its melting point is very high, okay? So it has these desirable characteristics. That is why in the bulb we use filaments made up of tungsten. This tungsten has very high melting point. That is why when we switch the electric current on, the electricity will run through it and it will glow up. Due to this high melting point, it doesn't break easily. Instead of this, if we will use iron or aluminium metals to make the filament, then what will happen? As soon as electricity will run, it will melt and the circuit will be, we can say the circuit will break and it will not glow, the bulb will not work. So we use tungsten which has high melting point. It glows and gives us light energy but doesn't melt easily. Tungsten is the metal used to make this filament and its chemical formula is written as W. Now when this will glow through this glass cover, the light spread everywhere. Now here you have to remember it also has 2 terminals and the filament is made up of tungsten. Here you can see the energy is keep on changing its form. First, when we switch it on, electricity or electric current, or we can write electric energy. Shall I write here? So you see, whenever we switch on the switch, then what will happen? The electric energy will convert into the electric energy which is coming through it will be converted into light energy and heat energy. So if you will try to touch this bulb, you will feel that it is warm or it is hot. because the electric energy which is coming from the wires to this bulb is being converted into light energy, as we can see, and the heat energy which we can feel. So I hope that you have understood all the topics we have discussed today. We have discussed about the electricity, which is flow of current, and the various uses of electricity. Then we have discussed about the electric cell, the diagram, the terminals, two terminals, positive and negative. Then we have discussed about the torch bulb, which also have two terminals, and its filament, which is made up of tungsten. In the next video, we are going to discuss the further topic. For now, thank you.